I share what I'm listening to and my thoughts on music and the business daily for free at helloyassine.com. What's poppin', y'all? Looks like I was ahead of the time again, just a couple of days ahead, not too far ahead, because when I said Kanye West was tripping for doing this cuck stuff and letting his wife get naked in front of everybody, they're, man, you got a problem with that? Yes, I do have a problem with that. Isn't it clear by the opinion that I gave? But regardless, some people didn't feel like they had a problem with that. Hey, they'd probably put their own mother up there if it meant that they could get a couple of bucks and attention. But Ye now goes on this rant, which I know is going to be the one that turns the, oh man, he can do whatever he wants, he's not harming anybody audience when you got kids watching this stuff, into, man, this is some hateful stuff, you know, these people are harming people talk. So anyway, Ye goes on this Twitter rant. All these celebrity is pussy, y'all watch our brother rot and never say ish. Real Donald Trump, please free my brother Puff. Puff isn't even in prison yet. He doesn't even have a prison sentence. He's still in jail, waiting the trial. F all that woke stuff. Y'all addicted to complain and do something. This is just, the thing is, there are real legitimate criticisms of people that are quote unquote woke, but they just start to use it as this catch-all term of, yo, they got this guy on some really weird stuff, at least what is alleged, and apparently they've got more victims, alleged victims. Man, it ain't no woke stuff. We all watched them try to cancel Chris Brown and ain't nobody do nothing. I was soft then too. Chris Brown, it's till the wheels fall off. Oh, now you want to support Chris Brown. Man, shout out to Chris Brown, though. They trying to prove a point, and y'all know that. Y'all effing know that, and sitting laughing at the effing internet on Instagram. This man gave his life to us. This my idol. This my hero. I thought he said Diddy a Fed when he was going on his thing. What y'all gonna do? Cancel my sneaker deal? Cancel my record deal? Freeze my accounts? F all y'all. Slavery is a choice. I'm speaking my mind now. I ain't editing ish again ever. F Diageo, which is the liquor company that does many different liquors, but mainly Ciroc with Diddy. And people believe that they started throwing these civil suits and having these different things bubble up when Diddy was trying to do his own thing and try to sun them, and they sunned him. And it's these civil suits that ended up getting the FBI to investigate him for the criminal charges he's facing now. Yeezy Sean John collab available at Yeezy.com. I will not be buying this. I've already got a Sean John shirt from decades ago. At Yeezy.com, I'm selling the Sean John collaboration that me and my brother spoke about before they locked him up. We splitting the profits 50-50. I love cutting the grass every couple of years. Just for clarity, they tiring to make an example out of Puff. Me and my brother had our issues, but these white people trying to use Puff to scare y'all. I'm neither scared nor brave. This just me. I just found out that Puff is not allowed to make or collect the money while he's locked up. That's kind of wild. So I'm gonna send his half of the money to Justin. Is he talking about Justin LeBoy? Who's ever after Puff, we gotta find out exactly who they are. Okay, cool. Play off the grid. This is the funniest tweet of all. This is pure, unadulterated entertainment, and Bully is off to a great rollout. My heart has not jumped not one moment today. I got steel in my veins, God mode. Thought it was ice. Puff, we love you. This God's money. I'm rich for times like this. He continued going on a rant about multiple different things. He talks about loving the mustache man again, mini mustache man, I should say. And this is kind of sad because I've said this about Ye every single time. Whenever Ye takes up a cause, it's going to benefit him more than it does anybody else. Like he said, he was too scared back then when Chris Brown was facing all his issues, which, man, Chris Brown faced repercussions and got past it. Chris Brown wasn't doing any, like, Chris Brown did do something violent, but Chris Brown wasn't doing something that people would consider depraved, which is what Diddy is accused of. Like, Diddy's not just accused of, and I say not just because if it's like a violent altercation, even the one that we saw on video, like, Chris Brown did a lot worse, right? But it's the depravity and just the degeneracy that Puff was allegedly getting down with. And this circles back. I think this is, I wouldn't say cuck on cuck violence. It's like an alliance. So clearly, Diddy, allegedly, was filming having dudes smashing his girl. And Ye, apparently he's with that too. He at least has no problem with them seeing her bare. And the lawsuit that I said in a previous video, she talks about Ye wanting her to go get smashed by some dude and then come back to him, which is mind-boggling. It blows my mind. Anyway, I give all of these thoughts. Actually, you should go to helloyassine.com. Just a side segue. I talk about more like professional stuff ahead of time. Also like interviews I do, more like music business stuff too. It's actually less entertaining than this. But Ye, he said Bully's going to drop on his daughter's birthday. It's not going to drop. I don't remember the last time Ye actually dropped an album on a date. So he's probably going to do something on that date, maybe pushing it back, perhaps doing a show. I wouldn't be surprised if he does a concert in Japan. But he's just using Puffy right now because remember the last time he was rolling out something for a solo album, Donda, he got DaBaby, who was canceled by woke people at the time, and Marilyn Manson up there with him. Marilyn Manson. When did Ye ever mess with Marilyn Manson before that? And when has Ye messed with Marilyn Manson after that? He legitimately got him just because he was going to generate a ton of attention and there was wild controversy and accusations on his name, which, have you seen Marilyn Manson? I wouldn't be surprised if there was anything around that guy. I'm not slandering the guy, but he's weird. His music, at least, imagery, that whole genre. He's like, call me Yadolf Hitler, and your itch still wants to F. It's cheap. And this is why when Ye's like, oh, my wife was the most Googled person. Yeah, obviously she's going to be the most Googled person. You're one of the most famous people on the planet. The Grammys is one of the biggest events in the U.S. I think she was the most Google searched in America. I don't know if it was the whole world. You're an international icon, and you just put your wife bare. It's cheap clicks. It's kind of like what he's talking about right now. Oh, Diddy. It's cheap clicks. And what is something that Ye has been doing? Like AI, I actually think that's dope. And I talked about the Ye AI thing several days ago. If you were on helloyassine, you would have got the email about it. helloyassine.com. But I talked about Ye and AI, and I think that's something that's innovative that he can focus on that's not cheap. Like, oh, free my brother Puff. Like, man, y'all were probably cool with Puff, but Ye's just attaching himself to Puff because he feels like he has to be this anti-hero now. And in order for people to still pay attention to him to the level that they do or they have for other people, he's got to just do these cheap parlor tricks of, let me just stand next to the most controversial guy. Oh, Trump, free my boy Puff. Like, come on, man. We don't even know if we got to at least wait and see the case out. Me personally, I need to sit down and see this Diddy case. We need to be watching every minute of it. I'm not actually going to sit there watching that court live stream of Diddy, but I will be getting the recaps, reading through it. Because if Diddy actually did what they're saying he did, then they gotta lock that man up. Even if it's not for a crime. Like, people are like, man, he was just a really freaky dude. Yeah, we need to lock these really freaky dudes up, all right? We can't have them running around in society, at least not with power. So if you're on some super weird stuff like that, I think that in itself should be the crime, whether or not someone was coerced by it. Don't get on me, oh, like this consent stuff, blah, blah, blah. Listen, Diddy, this weird stuff cannot be going on. Now, I think the whole baby oil thing was cap, but Diddy is an interesting character. And we haven't seen, there's the lawsuit against Jay, which Jay is spanking that right now. You see barely any talk about that. Although they aren't criminal charges, they're just civil at this point in time. And I don't know if it's been thrown out yet, but they've quelled a lot of the press surrounding it. I think this is cheap because Ye is just bringing up topics he had brought up years ago for another rollout, which he had already stepped back from. So if you're apologizing and you're saying like, yo, I love Mini Mustache Man, and you get destroyed for a bunch of other people to grift off of the movement that you really started several years ago. And then you say, oh, nah, I love Jonah Hill. Like, he made me love, Jewish people again. And then you jump back on this. Like, man, do you even have a stance? Like, if somebody's got a hateful stance, I at least respect that they've got a stance and they're consistent with it. If somebody's got a quote-unquote woke stance, I would respect the fact that they're consistent with it and it's a core belief. The only core belief that Ye has is, how can I attract attention at all costs and distribute my music? If Ye, because AI is already controversial enough, but I don't think it's going to get people that are not thinking. For example, like the average person, they're not going to be like, yo, you heard what Kanye said about AI the other day? No, but they're going to say, yo, did you hear that Kanye said free Diddy? It is what it is, man. And it's unfortunate. This is my GOAT right here. And you take the good with the bad, right? Lil Wayne would never, I can say that. But I do still rank Ye above Lil Wayne as a hip-hop artist. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Man, this is disappointing. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. Go to helloyassine.com. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching. Peace.